I feel like my sound is a little EDM-ish. You know how like when you go to the raves and you the
dope, right, right.
But it's like mixed with like hip hop and a little bit of like classical and jazz, and so it's whatever.
So if you owe me, I can't wait on it. Favorable customers, just wait on it. I do it myself, I can't wait on it.
I'm gonna put that there. Okay, I see a green screen behind you. How are you?
I'm great.
Oh gosh, thank you so much for joining these conversations. Let me see, I don't want my camera to go all over the place here. Hopefully I can stay still. Okay, you can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Ooh.
Yep. See, that's what I didn't want my camera to do. I was holding on to it like this, like stay still. I don't want you to do that. Okay, so here we are. Choose Your Path with me, the host, Sherontelle Dirskell. I'm a celebrity publicist, motivational speaker, and best-selling author. And I am here with Cymphani. Yay! I do not give long introductions, very quick, straight to the point, because really about what this is for us to have a conversation. I hear some feedback in my ear. I don't know if that's your headphone.
I think so.
No? Okay, it went away. Whatever that was, it went away.
All right, good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so basically what this is us having a conversation. We're sharing ideas. You telling me how's it going, and hopefully, I want to hopefully inspire those that during this time to create. I don't know if that is my headphones, but I can hear like a speaker, like a tapping on something.
I don't hear anything over here.
You don't hear it, yeah, and I can hear it in my headphones. And then it goes away when you move it.
That's plug this charger, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. Technology.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are talking. Oh my goodness, we are talking to Cymphani. She is a manager, female producer, indie music advocate, which I wanted to definitely ask about, because I've never heard of that. And let's talk about it. So where are you originally from?
I'm from a city called East St. Louis. It's like it's across the bridge from St. Louis. You know what I mean? So like as soon as you go over, you'll be in East St. Louis, real small town. But then I traveled. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Colorado. I've lived in Memphis. Now I live in Atlanta. That's where I'm at right now. We just here, so that's why you can see the
green screen.
We do a lot of we do a lot of our work at home. So
me too. Ever since I think January, February, March, I've been doing everything from home. This was literally my schedule. Let's see, what did I do this year? I was in California for Oscar weekend. That was pretty cool, going into the Dolby Theater and seeing the statues. That was awesome. Had some times with some amazing friends, spent some time in the music studio. What else did I do? I co-hosted a music event with CX1 DJs, which is in Atlanta, and with Hot Boy Turk. I visited home, which I'm originally from Cleveland. And then that was it. That was all the trips for the entire year. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do those 3. And then after that, everything just started to cancel. And it was all over. And I just had to learn to adapt and adjust. I cried. I was confused. It was a bunch of things that was going on in the beginning, because I was like, what is this? Like, what is going on? I thought it was just going to be 2 weeks. And then it turned out to be 3, 4. And then it was like, oh, wow, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so wow, East St. Louis.
We traveled, like we came to Atlanta to do a show, we shot a video, we went to Illinois to do some performing, and then as soon as we came back from Illinois, it was like everything shut down. But the even crazier thing was we were able to move to Atlanta during this whole time. So yeah, it was.
Wow. So tell me, how did you get into music, or how long have you been in music? When did that start?
Well, I've been
When did the journey start?
I started playing piano when I was like 8 years old. Um, and then like as I grew up, like I went through like writing and producing, and I really started to take it seriously when I was, 15. When I got like able to actually make the decision like this is what I want to do with my life. So like when I was about 21 and 22, I bought all my equipment, and I just was like, this is what I'm doing.
This is it.
I started producing, and I started making instrumental albums, and then in about like 2014, I met my artist, and we've been working together ever since then.
How did you know it was producing? Like, how did you start producing?
I don't know, like
Did you just teach yourself?
I mean, well, when I enrolled in college, I originally wanted to go for music technology. That's like engineering and making everything sound nice. But like
Yeah.
since I play piano, it's just like one of a classmate that I met. Like he dropped me off at home one day, and he just took my laptop and was like, "Here, put this program on your computer called Fruity Loops." And so he started showing me how to use it, and I started producing beats after that. And then after I started producing beats, it just took off, and I went from that to becoming like what we call an indie music advocate. Like what that is someone who tries to push the indie music forward. It's so focused on the mainstream, and there's nothing wrong with mainstream, but it's like I'm the type of person that like I want that good underground music to come to the forefront, because there's talented people who aren't in the industry that we need to hear.
I absolutely love it. No, it has definitely a great feel to it, but I've never seen it on a title like indie music advocate. But I love that, because there's a lot of amazing independent artists, and you're the voice for that. That's what that sounds like. Indie music advocate sounds like I am the voice for those who they're not signed, but they're relevant just as much as the ones that are signed. That's what I get from that title. So that is absolutely beautiful. Tell me about, I want to talk about the ciphers, but not just yet. I think it's too soon to talk about the ciphers. If you had to describe the art of production, how would you describe it?
Production. Hold on, let me plug this in because the 20% thing
I think.
popped up.
Oh, okay.
And then I have two cats back here too, so they're making a lot of noise too. So, the art of production is like I would kind of describe it like any other type of art, like where you create something from nothing. Like everything is completely blank, and you create something out of that. So like my production process starts with like a blank screen. Like I use a program called Logic Pro.
Yes, I've heard of it.
And like when I open up the computer, it's completely blank. So like I'm trying to go through all these sounds, or I'm messing around on a keyboard, or something like that. And like I just build all these instruments, and when I get that perfect sound or loop that I can hear like a song, or I can hear like I guess you call it a chorus or a hook that the artist would sing or rap that part on. Like once I get that, I'm like, okay, this is it. Like we're gonna go somewhere with this. So I would describe like production like it's just like any other artist. Like your painting is like a blank canvas, and you just create.
Just go.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it seems. It seemed to stop when you plugged in the computer. I think like it's Instagram, the way Instagram works, it works best with headphones on.
Okay. I don't have any.
Yeah, it works best with headphones. So I think that's where we're probably getting that feedback. It seemed to stop when she plugged it in. Yeah, but I think we're going now. I think we're okay now, guys, right? Yeah, Instagram. I should have told you. I should have gave you that little snippet that it definitely works better when we have the headphones on. I had to learn it too because I was like, "Hello, anybody hear me? Everybody?" And it was like, "We don't hear you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Mine don't even work without my headphones, so you wouldn't even be able to hear me at all. But yes, music is definitely when you think about production. I just love to hear it, you know, your perspective and what your picture is when you think about the art of production, because we all describe it in different ways, even though it's all similar. It's all art. When you think about fashion, you think about music, when you think about food, all of those things have an amazing art to it. So I love to hear how you as the artist, you know, paint what production is. I absolutely love a production. I love working with producers. That's my specialty in music. As a music publicist, I work with some amazing producers over the years, and I've just fallen in love with the art of sound and making sound. Yeah. Erica Kane is on here. I see her on here. She's an amazing producer and artist. Oh my God. Like crazy, crazy creative. Alvin, hello. I see you all. I'm just stopping and saying hello in between our conversations. Hi, I want everybody to know that I see you. I see you, even though I'm not saying your name. I see you. Tell me about how many artists do you manage?
One, because managing is not what I aspire to do. It just kind of happened. Like, I met this artist in Colorado and we started working together, and I don't know, like, he was doing everything by himself and I was doing everything by myself. And
so you said, come on over.
I had learned so much about the music industry and paperwork and getting royalties and like all these different things. Like, I started learning all these things, and he knew a lot of it, but he didn't know how to like put it all together. So I had already released my first instrumental album. It was called The Beautiful Accident back in 2012. So like that path of releasing a project that I had already done, he was trying to get there. So we just linked up and we started working together, and I don't know, it was just like everything that he didn't have the time to do. Like, he's really good at editing videos, recording, you know, all of the technical stuff. And then I'm really good at the paperwork and the producing. So we kind of like just split everything up. And then that's what he does and that's what I do.
That is so nice. Oh, and that's the thing. Like when you come together as a team, there's always someone that does something else better than you. And then when you come together, it just makes it all synchronized together and it works for whatever the goal is. So kudos to you both. What is his name?
Pharaoh.
I think I seen him in my email because I had to tell him I booked. But hopefully,
okay.
Yeah, no, I want to definitely talk to him.
I was sick last week, so like I gave him a list. Like, look, these are the people you need to email.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Tell him 2021. I had these conversations booked since like summertime.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I had a couple of dates like in between, but I want to let him know that he is definitely on my list for 2021. God willing, I'm alive and well. We will definitely be having our conversation.
His album the album that we're working on now, we both produced. It's called Frequency 432, and it's on track to come out at the end of December. So that's what I believe that he wanted to discuss. It's like the album going into like the new video and, you know, just all of that.
Wow. So you did a visual as well?
Well, we have 2 videos that are related to the current project that's about to come out. One of them is called Made Up My Mind, and one of them is called Limitless. They're already out on YouTube and iTunes and everywhere. And so, like, the next single that's going to come out is going to be called Get on the Floor. It's more of like a reggaeton style of music, because he does like every genre. He's done like a rock album, a reggae album, like an R&B album, hip hop albums, and now this is more of like the electronic pop, like reggaeton type of style.
I was going to ask you, I'm like, when I went on your site, I said, wow, okay. Of course, we always know that we have the instrumental, right? That's a given. I don't know a producer that don't have an instrumental album, right? But then you got the rap, the / trap music, which I absolutely love. Sometimes I need that, right?
Sometimes.
I was listening to that before I got on this conversation today. I always meditate, and then I listen to something that gets me hyped and get me ready, because I don't take this at all for granted. And then you have hip hop and R&B. Then you got the pop EDM. How do you do that?
My original sound is like pop EDM.
Oh, that's your original sound.
Yeah, that's my original sound. And when I started working with Pharaoh, like, you know, he's a rapper. He loves pop EDM. That's actually what he likes to do more. But it's like you venture off into all these different things, and it's like my sound is always generalized around EDM, but I just put the different elements into it. So like you might hear an EDM type beat, but it has like pop type or like an EDM type beat with hip hop influences or R&B. So I just kind of mix it all together, and whatever he does on it, because he's like my primary artist, like whatever he does on it, I say, okay, well, that's the genre. And that's how we do it.
So it's like kind of like, I'm feeling some EDM pop today. So, okay, I'm in that vibe. I'm in that zone. Today I want to be in love. Let's do this. Let's talk about some love. Let's feel that. Let's put that frequency out there. I love that.
It's all about what I feel in the moment. Like I can, but I prefer not to sit down and be like, okay, make this type of beat. Like it just comes, whatever comes out, and we build off of that.
I absolutely love that. Who in music, as far as I want to say singer, songwriter, producer. Who inspired you in music? You know, was there someone, or you just kind of just love music in general?
Family wise, I had a cousin who grew up in the house with me. I'm an only child and he's an only child, so both lived with grandma. So and like I was like 8 years old, and I'm just like, hey, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Oh, I'm writing a rap song. You know, he's like 10 years older than me. And so he rapped, and then I have an uncle who actually inspired him to do it. So it started from there, and then if you talk about like well-known people like Jimi Hendrix, Lauryn Hill, are like the people that.
Ooh, I think we're freezing. We're like frozen, like.
Kind of. Album that I put out, or not the last one.
We're having some technical difficulties. Are you back?
I'm here.
I'm going to remove you and then just come back, because I think it's frozen. Are you ready? Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
I was going to kick you out and bring you back.
It's probably like the green screen is actually covering the router. It's like in front of it. So that might be.
I think it's the headphones. I'm telling you, I think it's the headphones. Wow. Okay, so what is one of the first things that you listen to when you're listening to a recording? What is the first thing that you hear?
The first time that I listened to it, you mean like recorded or just instrumental?
Let's say to a new recording. So let's just say instrumental. It's brand new. What is the first thing that you're listening for?
The first thing, I'm just trying to make sure that I can hear everything. I want to make sure that I can hear all the instruments. I want to make sure that nothing is overpowering the next. You know, like sometimes basses, like, you know, we have bass in our voice, but there's also bass in other instruments that necessarily shouldn't be there. So I just try to make sure that's a clean track first. And then after that, I'm listening to hear the story of what might be surrounding it.
The story, yes. Because I always say that I can't listen to music if I'm not traveling somewhere. Meaning that I literally get in my spaceship, and I'm just going. And it either takes me somewhere in my past where I just take a visit, or it reminds me of something, or it inspires me. It's taking me somewhere. And if it can't take me anywhere, then that's just not the track for me. So that's great that you go into it and you really listen and making sure that the instruments are synchronizing the way that they need to. And that's very, very important. You have a very important job. Are we frozen again? I think you were froze for a second there again. I don't
I hear you.
know. Can hear me? I know, but it's gonna be kind of weird when you see the video because I do repost these videos. Here, I'm gonna kick you out and bring you back. Okay. We are having some technical difficulties, guys. Let me hold on to this right here. Ah! Hello, everyone. Hi, Inspiring Dot Decisions. My camera's going to be like this little wobbly for a little bit here because I got to put it back onto here and here. Okay. There we go. I'm all set. I'm sitting by my modem too. Let's see. We got to bring her back. There's a lot happening on IG, as it should be. That's great. I mean, that's good energy. We're flowing. Everyone is, creating and giving and having conversations. Shout out to 10K Cards. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do for this amazing, really cool conversations that we get to have every single week. Thank you. Hi, Nella. Hi, Carmela. Yeah, we were having a little bit of technical difficulties. So I'm like, I would rather just restart it than to continue, right? Let's see. Let's try it again. No, right? No connection issues. No. Yay, 10K Cards. Dun, 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 dun. I have my own music in my ears, like listening. Did anyone get to check out the show yesterday? Oh my goodness. Yesterday I was honored to be able to talk to legendary Larry Dotson. I thought I was him for a second. Larry Dotson. Oh my goodness. I was so grateful. Oh, IG is having a lot of issues. She's on. Yeah, but no. Let's see. No. 10K Cards, come on and say come on and say hello. Oh, let me see. No, it won't. I think, see, what happens is that without, gotta have the headphones on. You can see her. Yeah, she's on. The headphones really help a lot. They do. They help a lot. Dun, 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 dun. Larry Dotson from the Barcades, a legendary group, the Barcades. He was on yesterday, and that was an amazing conversation. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's definitely on my IGTV. And later on today, I'm going to be going live again at 6:00 p.m. So definitely join us. Join us, me and Lydia Sweets. I am waiting to see if we can come on. Yes, I can see her, but because she's having connection issues, for some reason, I can't bring her on. I think she needs headphones. I can see her. Yeah, I'm trying to bring her back on, but it's not working. I don't know. Yeah, 10K Cards, Inspiring. You requested? Okay. We're gonna check if we're gonna just test it out. Blessings, Desiree. Hello. Right. I figured. I think it's the headphone thing. Like you really need to have like the headphones. Sometimes that usually helps a lot, and it may be the connection of where she's sitting at. Because I don't think it's Instagram. I don't want to blame it on Instagram today.
The connection, but we're gonna be back on. No big deal.
That's 10K cards.
Hey guys, how are you? Enjoying great putting here. We're hoping for a great takeaway, which I know we will all get.
We will still get
That's
it.
my message today.
Okay,
Cheers.
bye bye.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta kick you out.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to test it to make sure that it is working. Let's try again, Cymphani. Thank you so much, guys, for your donations. I really sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that's coming on. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Rosella. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I think it's a connection thing on her end. And Instagram is funny acting when you don't have the headphones. I didn't even think to maybe tell her that she definitely needs to have the headphones. The master of the digital card world. Yes, shout out to 10K cards. So we started, I want to continue on talking until we can kind of get our guests back. I started these conversations, the beginning, I believe is the beginning of the summer. Choose your path so that people know that you can create the life that you want. You have to believe that it's possible and know to trust the process. So bringing on the amazing creatives to have a conversation so they can tell us what they do. How do they stay focused during this time? Like, that's the biggest thing to think about. Like, how do you stay focused? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. You move. She was like, no more of that green screen. I gotta move somewhere else because it is not working. Yes.
Yeah, like the green screen is covering the router, and I don't know if that's a thing. But I don't know. But I found his headphones.
And it works, see?
Yeah, like
yeah. Okay. Ooh,
I'm sorry about that.
And that's okay because I can talk, so it's fine. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm talking until we get back in, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't Instagram. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't something on my end, so I brought on my great friend just to test it and say, testing. Okay, we good on there? Okay, we're gonna wait. Trust and believe I can entertain myself until you come back in. It is no problem at all. That's okay. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're back and that you're here. Tell me about how it's been, though, during this pandemic for you.
To be honest, I feel like the pandemic was a little bit of a blessing. I was able to finish some things that you know how like you're almost there and it's like a little bit, some things that you need to fine tune. You know, like I was talking about earlier, like with paperwork and things like that, like we're not a label. We do everything completely ourselves. So there was still like some royalty things that I needed to handle. Just, you know, setting goals and, you know, things to prepare for 2021. Like, you know, you can put out music and you can travel and you can do all these things. But if you don't have it all together, like you're not going to make anything from it. So
That's
like
true.
being an independent, you know, producer and working with an independent artist, it's like we were able to, you know, set some goals and say, you know what, the next move we should do is move to Atlanta because we were in Memphis and it was a little bit stagnant. And when you're in the area and you've done everything that you can completely do in that area, it's like, okay, what's next? And we're the type of people that we like to keep moving. We like to move forward. We like to, you know, just hit the ground running. So we moved out here and we were able to finish all that paperwork and things up. And now we're on to, you know, releasing the album and going into 2021 with like a bit of a bang.
Yes, absolutely. Did you do something different to your website?
Not this week.
But recently, because it seemed like the first time when I seen it, I don't know, it felt different this time. When I looked at it today, I was like, oh my goodness, this feels so alive. I like it.
I did add like 3 like images that kind of move around.
Yes, that
Yeah.
it is different. Yeah, I like it. You're doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. Yeah,
I
I was
appreciate
like,
it.
I was looking at that. I was like, hmm. One of my favorite quotes, and I haven't read it in a couple of conversations. I'm gonna read it today. One of the greatest enemies of fulfillment of purpose is a procrastination, a broken focus. I'll say it again. One of the greatest enemies of fulfillment of purpose is procrastination and broken focus. And that's Dr. Cindy Trim.
I
And I
like that.
really absolutely love that. So do you think like your love for music is probably definitely one of those things that move forward? But what is your why?
I I don't know. Like I've just always wanted to create music. Like I don't know how to do any. I mean, I know how to do other things. Like I have a degree in graphic design. I have certification in marketing, but everything that I have learned to do has always led to music. Like when I was growing up and I was like, "Oh, I want to learn how to create websites." Like that turned into creating the Cymphani music website, and before that, I had cc'sworld.com, which was my very first website, and I used to invite other indie artists on to kind of freestyle and talk a little bit about what they do. And then that led into, working with the artists and creating. And I've created like TV shows, I've created all types of things. And it all surrounds like, okay, this TV show that I created has my beats playing in it. And then the artists and, just all these different types of things. So everything that I have created like within my career, it just surrounds about like making music and like I said before, just exposing the independent artists, you know what I mean? So I really can't say why I do it. It's a feeling that I go by. Like it just feels good.
When I say why, I mean like when you get out of that bed in the morning and your feet touch the ground, what keeps you going even on the days when you don't feel like getting out of the bed?
Because
What
I want to
Yeah, that's what
create
I
a
want.
life. I want to create a life where I can travel and make
Mm.
music. Like I don't want to do anything else. Like I want to get up and be like, "Oh, today we're going to Cuba." You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. Like I want to travel and I want to make music. Like those are my two ultimate goals in life.
Oh, that sounds so beautiful. Yep, that's what this is about. Choose your path because the beautiful thing, I believe in God. So I always say that He gives us all the tools, right? It
Mhm.
happens on His own time. It's never on our time. But I think that
Mhm.
I believe that as long as we're moving forward, as you said earlier, that you will get there as long as you don't give up. It is hard as hell. This is not an
Yes.
easy thing, and I don't know
It's
why
not.
people have lately painted this beautiful picture of entrepreneurship, and I would just love to take a look at their painting and see how did they do that so easily. Like we have glamorized entrepreneurship. It is definitely a beautiful thing. I've been an entrepreneur for over 10 years. It's definitely a beautiful thing, but it also has that in between in that process. And I think that this is the reason why I came up with these, conversations because it is definitely hard. And
Mhm.
I don't want to ever, these conversations to show like, hey, look at me. I've been on TV and she's an amazing music female producer. You see her? Did you see her? No, I want us to see that we have these conversations and it's something that's motivating because we're telling them what we actually love and do every single day. But
Mhm.
we also giving them that process like, look, I've been doing music for the first 5 years and I didn't get not $1. Or I was,
Mhm.
shopping my music to here and there, there, there. Nobody even was listening to it. Those are the things that I feel that's how we make change pretty much like by giving
Yeah.
our authenticity, like I've been on a lot of shows. I've worked with some amazing people, but I always share me and my story because my story is definitely relevant and it's also deserving for me to tell so that I can bring somebody else. That's my
Right.
why. My why is making a difference, making sure that I'm in line with my purpose, with what God wants me to do. And I absolutely love when entrepreneurs are in line with the value of bringing value to the people, taking time to make sure that you're learning your craft and learning the business of music. Oh my goodness, I got to turn this off. Learning the business of music. I got like 5 phones. And, I just think that is really, really important. And I'm all about the people.
Yes,
I am
definitely.
I'm all about the people. So,
Like helping people, feeding people, bringing people into a different world. I feel like experiencing different cultures is very important. And I tell people all the time, like, I've lived in so many different places that every time I move somewhere, they're like, where are you from? Like, you're not from here because you don't. But it's like, I feel like it's very important because even if you go city to city or city to country, like, things are different. Just because you did one thing, over here this way, just like slang is different. You know what I mean?
it
So
sure
it's just like
is.
experiencing different cultures and different life and being able to relate and communicate with different people. To me, that's very important because that's why, like, you go so many places and they're like, they try to take advantage of you because you don't know, like, where you've never been there and they know that you're new. So it's like, to me, I feel like a part of helping people, like, I like to start working with people and then I'll expose them to different things. Like, look, this is what this looks like and this is what you do over here. Like, I feel
Oh, that's
this year
beautiful.
I've not even just this year, but like over the course of my career, like, I've taken photographers and artists to different locations. Like, look, we're going to film a video out here. We're going to Atlanta or Nashville or St.
I
Louis,
love
somewhere that
it.
they've never been, and they're performing and they're, on that. We try to make them a part of our team. You know what I mean? And it just, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's just the point that I've exposed somebody to something different, so where they can be
That's
like,
what
wow.
that's the point. Like, we can shed the light, right? But it's up to them whether or not they receive it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. Even me, as being a motivational speaker, it is not my job to change anyone, but it is my job to
Exactly.
make sure that when I receive the information that I'm giving it back to the people. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
inspiring decisions. She's a global woman leader. Oh my goodness, she's amazing. She is the reason why I started my new business. I have a couple businesses, but the last one that I just started is Sherontelle Dirskell International, and she is definitely the reason of why I decided to go international. And you're absolutely right. One thing that I learned from her is that the word hustle could be, and I learned this several years ago, can be actually a derogatory word in another country because they would
Mm-hmm.
take it as if like you're trying to take something from them.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
us, we're like, well, I'm on my hustle, I'm on my grind.
Right.
But for them, they would think like you're trying to take away
Like, you're
from me. You're
trying to
trying to
hustle
scam
them.
me.
Yeah,
Yes,
scam them.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I stopped using it like that. I started saying that I'm grinding every day. I don't even use that
Yeah.
word hustle unless I'm listening to the song. Yep, she's the reason. She don't know. Like, I've been watching her and like following her. It's amazing how some people, you can, like, success always leave clues, right? And people never know. You never know that you may be the only Bible that someone reads. And I have been definitely following her. Yes, I definitely remember. And she said that years ago. I take notes. Every time when I have these conversations, I take notes because I'm always here to learn. I'm forever a student, no matter what and who I've worked with and how much money I made. None of that stuff even matters. It's always about constant educating
Exactly.
myself. I am so excited today because I've talked to so many of our handsome brothers, right? But to talk to the females and have that energy, like, to transfer that energy where
Right.
we're winning right
Feminine
now.
energy.
Yes, the
Definitely.
feminine energy is so
Yes.
beautiful because it really is in this industry. Uh, the males dominate, really, I guess, in a physical sense, right? They dominate. So it's so nice to talk, to be able to spend this time with you. I got to shout out my sponsor here. Let's see. Which one do I want to share? Shout out to 10K Cards. Yes. So I know. I keep hearing through the grapevine that there's so many digital business cards, but no one has one like this one. 10K cards, 10K cards. Shout out to my sponsor, 10K cards. So you have your own QR code now, Cymphani, where your fans, your supporters, those who listen to your music or want to listen to your music now because they're like, who is Cymphani? They're going to go and look you up. They get to scan your code here now, and then all of your information, all of like your website, your Instagram, your videos put there. If they want to buy your music, I'm not sure if he put that on there, but that's there. So, yep, 10K cards, digital business.
I shared it on Facebook. Like as soon as you gave it to me, I shared it on Facebook.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. See, yes, that's what I'm talking about, that link. So if we need to add anything, delete, takes away something, just let me know in the DM and we'll take care of that for you. But that's a gift because I really appreciate each and every one of my special guests coming on here and giving time. Because let me tell you, time is one of those things that is the most expensive gift that you can give anybody. That is how we spend our time. It is definitely valuable because we can't get that back. So I definitely appreciate you, coming on and giving me your time. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you.
I appreciate you for allowing me to be a part of it because I've honestly never done anything. I mean, I've done a lot of interviews over the years, but this is like my first Instagram live interview. So
girl, me too. Like not the first interview, but first Instagram, whatever, ever. Like when you look, I never hardly ever went live. So
like
here we are.
I don't like being on camera, but it's like if it's for a purpose, like I did. I know you saw the video.
Yep, we put it together.
I did that a couple weeks ago, and it's like if I have a purpose, I will get on camera and talk about it. But I'm always running from the camera. like no, I don't want to be on camera.
I did that too for a very long time. If you Google my name, it would not be a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. I just started coming out a couple of years ago. One of my mentors said, Slim, because they call me Miss Slim before I start using my government name, Sherontelle. He said, you got to come out. Like you got to start networking. You got to, you have to do that. It's absolutely necessary for your brand. And when I did that, everything changed for me. And then before I knew it, I was on TV. And then before I knew it, I was going into the building at Sirius XM and doing an episode with an amazing young woman. I did so many things after I decided to just say, all right, I'm going to get out of my own way and just do this. And I started shaking hands with people that I never imagined that I would, just because I went ahead and listened to my mentors. So it's really important to have those good mentors around and great teams because they really push you to out of your limits of stuff. Because I love being behind the scenes. I've been behind the scenes for a very long time. I was like, I don't need to go out there. I don't need to do no red carpets. I don't need to touch all of those people. I'm right here.
That's where I'm at right now because I'm like, okay, I can make the beat and I can produce these shows and I can do these things that I'm doing. Like, why do I need to be on camera? Like Pharaoh, he's like, look, you need to because I don't have a problem networking because we'll go out and do the shows and our network, but it's like I don't it's so uncomfortable for me. Tokyo, no.
She's talking to her cats.
Clothes. I don't know why.
No, it's that, and I try to make sure that each and every guest that come on feel very comfortable to know that, hey, this is just a chill back conversation. I don't even like to say interviews because the whole reason of me doing these as well is that I got tired of the interviews. I got tired of hearing so where are you from? How long you been doing it? And then there's 2-word answers and it's so boring. I love conversation. I always have my cup of coffee here with me because me and my grandmother used to have conversations. And yeah, it's just inspiring and motivating for me. So I want that to be, when my guests come in, it's just like sitting across the table, having a conversation with my grandmother. They're like, hey, what do you do? Oh, okay. You're an indie music advocate. What is that? Oh, okay. You're a female music producer. Okay. Oh, you know about the Fruity Loops? Oh, okay. So what about the PCs? And how do you, that's motivating and inspiring to me. That is so, man, is there anything in life that you felt like happened that you didn't feel like you would be able to get through it, but you got through it? Something that you're willing to share.
My God. So about a year ago, well, a little over a year ago, I think it was March or April, my stepdad passed away. And
My condolences.
thank you. I've been around him since I was 8 years old, but like the last couple years of my life, I wasn't like around him like that because I travel a lot, I move around. So when he passed away, I tried to be like, okay, he's not suffering anymore, and I tried to like shoot past it, you know. But one night, I had my first panic attack, and it came out of nowhere. Like I've never experienced a panic attack before. I thought I was dying. Like my heart was racing.
I
Like
know what you're talking about.
yeah, like it was so new to me. So every day after that, like, well, that night I went to the emergency room and they're like, nothing is wrong with you. And I'm like, are you sure? Because that was, something else. So every day after that, I kept having multiple panic attacks in the day. Like I didn't know what was going on. And me and Pharaoh, we went to a radio interview that he had. He was promoting an album because I was still trying to like push past and just keep going. So I didn't have any thoughts in my head about the death. I wasn't thinking like anything like that. It was just like these random anxiety and panic attacks. So we went to the radio interview, and after it was done, one of the hosts was like, "You're different," because usually when I go to them, because we know them, so like when we go, like I'm all excited, and I'm like, "Hey, Memphis radio interview," and just real. But this time I was kind of like. And it was because like I was getting these tension headaches, and like all of these different things were affecting my body. So at the end of the show, the one of the hosts came up to me and was like, "You're different. What's going on with you?" So I explained to him like what was going on with the tension headaches, and my stepdad had just passed away, and I'm just trying to push past. He was like, "You're grieving," and I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
exactly what that is.
he's like, yeah, you're grieving. And so I didn't understand that. And so he started to explain everything that was going on with me and how I needed to feel my feelings and just let my feelings just be felt, and whatever I needed to talk about, just talk about. He sat there and talked to me for like an hour. So since that day, I was going about it like I would be trying to control the anxiety and control the panic attacks. And then one day I was like, you know what? I can't do anything about this. Like, I have to accept what's going on. So I started accepting it. I started meditating. I started tapping. I started praying, exercising, yoga, all of these things over a different course of time. And like now I'm back. You know what I mean? But
well, welcome back.
thank you.
That's how we find ourselves. Sometimes we get lost.
Yes.
We have to get lost to find ourselves.
I felt like it took forever to come out of that. I felt like I was going to have anxiety attacks every day for the rest of my life. It was so debilitating. You know what I mean? But it's like now every time I go through something, I sit with it and I just feel my feelings, and it makes things a lot easier.
It does. We have to feel it. We have to feel it, and then we have to release it. We have to know that it's okay, right? It's okay to not be okay. I'm not like, I love smiling. I smile and I laugh every single day, but I also sometimes cry. I just don't I don't try to be dark too long, because I think that that's a scary place to be, because you can be dark too long that you can't find your way out. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really difficult to find your way out. So I don't want to go too dark. Yeah. So that's good that you found that.
I wake up, I scan myself. Where is my thought process? How do I feel? And if I feel like I have like a snotty attitude, or if I'm irritated, I'm like, turn it off. What's wrong?
Where's that coming from? Let's find the root of this so we can move forward. Yeah, exactly. That's great. Let's talk about the female cipher. I wanted to leave that for last because I think that sounds so dope. Like, female cipher, tell me about it. Okay. How did you come up with that?
I was in Memphis, and I just woke up one day and was like, look, all these guys are doing all these ciphers, and every time I see a cipher, it's guys all the time. And
Yes.
it'll be like mixed or whatever. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I was like, I want to do an all-female cipher, and not just an all-female cipher with rappers, but I feel like it would be more unique because I'm producing it and I'm a female too. So I came up with like a couple of beats or whatever, and I finally decided on one. And then I already had like some artists in mind that were like circulating around Memphis that I was very interested in working with. At the beginning, it started off with 7. There were 7 girls. But I'm the type, to be completely honest, I fire people.
Well, that's the cool thing about being an entrepreneur. You got to know when to let it go.
Exactly. Those girls, like, they had other things going on, and that's completely fine. Ended up with 4 girls at the end, and we recorded the cipher, and then we recorded the video, and I took them through a journey of like, look, if you were signed to a label, this is what you would have to do. So they recorded, then they shot the video, then I had interviews set up, I had everything was just already set up. We were supposed to do a concert, but COVID, you know, kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
So I just, you know, picked the girls, put the cipher together, and got with my team and, you know, put it out. And it was a very dope experience.
That sounds like it. When I seen, I was like, was that the Queen Cipher series, or was that something else?
Well, okay, so I started off with the Queen Cipher. That's the first.
Okay.
Sexy Killer, Poison Ivy, Desta J, and Midas. Like, those are the girls' names. So that's the Memphis Queen Cipher. And it's on YouTube. Also, there's also a reunion on YouTube that you can watch, like, our whole process and what we went through. But I decided that I wanted to turn it into a brand. And I decided that I wanted to take this and travel to where I can travel to and create other Queen Ciphers. So right now I'm in the process of doing the Atlanta Queen Cipher. And then,
wow, that's awesome. I'm really excited about that because I definitely would love to see females in that genre of music. That's awesome. Ooh, Queen Cipher. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna definitely check it out. It's on your YouTube page. I'll definitely check that out. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So what's next?
well, working on the Atlanta Queen Cipher, working on like me and Pharaoh have the Frequency 432 album coming out.
Yes, the end of December.
The end of December, and then
Okay.
I have goals this year that I'm trying to, like, the content is already in place, like the videos, the music. We have so much music that we're going to release. We have another album. I'm not going to tell you when, but we have another album. So
it's like, stay tuned.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 albums that me and Pharaoh do together. And then I'm working on the Queen Cipher. And then I'm going to probably release another instrumental album. But with all of that is like trying to reach my goal of becoming, getting my beats and my music in movies and commercials and things like that. Like, that's like my ultimate goal. Like, if I didn't have an artist, that will be the focus. Like, I want my music in movies, video games, TV, like all of that. So that's like one of my goals this year. Like, I'm trying to get a placement somewhere with that. And you know,
can do that.
Connecting with the right people to take it to the next level. So that's why I came to Atlanta, and that's what we're working on.
Yeah, you're on your way. That's all. You are on your way.
Yeah.
Like, when you collabing and you're doing more of these, you're gonna be doing so many more. I'll be like, look at Cymphani, she's doing another one. Watch. I'm like, oh, see, she on another one. Like, that's gonna be so crazy. And then I'm like, oh, that's her music on that show.
Oh,
okay. I like to speak things into existence. Like, that is gonna be absolutely amazing. Then my son is gonna be playing the game, and I'm gonna be like, I know the girl that, yeah. And him like, yeah, right. I'm like, I do. That's so cool. Yep. So we're going to be looking out for that. That is awesome. Wow. Yeah, you're in the right place. There's some amazing producers definitely in Atlanta. Are we at the end of the hour? We are. Oh my God. We are definitely almost at the end. Oh, gosh. Okay. What do you listen to? I know that I said like what is the first thing that you listen to when you're hearing a new recording? But what is it that you listen to where you decide that the song is complete?
I gotta feel it.
It's a feeling.
I don't want to listen to a song and be like, something.
It's a feeling.
Like, yeah, so when me and Pharaoh create, it's like he'll ask me like, you know, because we're actually together, so we live together and we're together, so it's like he'll like I just because like because people be like, how are you around this person? Like, because we're together, we're in a relationship. So,
oh, that is so, and you guys work together.
Yeah, but that's another story. It didn't start off that way. It was totally random, but
but here we are.
When God sends your soulmate, you'll know. Like you'll know. We're the same person in opposite forms.
Oh, beautiful. No, that's beautiful. But go ahead.
But like when like if he lets me hear something and then I'll be like, I just feel when it's done. Or if it's not, I'll be like, no, I feel like you should go back in and do this or that. But usually at the end of the song, if I get that feeling, that warm feeling, that this is a hit feeling, like that's
it.
Like every song isn't the one. It's like when I'm making a beat, I don't even finish that beat until I feel that feeling. Like this beat is what needs to be the beat. But if I don't feel that, then I'll just put it away for another time. Like,
there you go.
Do it again later.
There you go. Is there anything else that I didn't ask that I should have asked that you want the people to know?
I think you covered everything.
I think we covered everything. I think we made it. I think we touched everything. Like, there's your QR code. Shout out to 10K Cards. Thank you so much. Anyone that's on here that's an entrepreneur, I'm telling you, we're going digital now.
Yes.
Forget the little paper business cards. Forget it. I mean, if you want to have a few, that's fine. But this is the way to go. Digital business cards. And if anyone that wants one, they can click the link in my bio. My friend, it was a funny thing he said the other day. He said, people always talking about click the link in the bio. Don't nobody go to the bio. I'm like, yes, they do.
They do. But a lot of people will skip past it and inbox you. Hey, where can I listen to your music? Well, I didn't put the website link up there for it.
That's true. That's true. Because they'll be like, where can I buy the book? And I'll be like, click the link in the bio. You can, you can get it there. So that's true.
I'm definitely going to put that link that you gave me in my bio.
Oh, yeah. And let us know if we need to add anything. But I'm telling you, any business owner, whether you're real estate, restaurants, nail salon, he can put the services and everything on this digital card. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. So at the end, I always ask my guests one word or a sentence that you could give us to, hopefully inspire us as we continue to move forward.
Don't give up. You can do it without a label. Talking to my indie artists, you can do it without a label. Look, you can do it. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So you can do it.
Oh, don't give up and you can do it. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Cymphani. Love, light, and energy to you and much success. And I will be talking to Pharaoh soon, 2021.
I'm
okay?
I'm gonna email you and we're gonna get all that set up.
We'll do it for 2021. Yeah, you do it. You do it. All right. Bye.